Hey, welcome. This is John McCalmont, and you are watching the very first episode of the Bass Champs Doc Talk podcast, something new we're going to do this year for 2025. I've got Jeff Welch with me, and this is just 2 days before our first event of the year, Jeff, Sam Rayburn. Man, I bet the office is pretty busy today, isn't it?
It's amazing. You think after 25 years we know how to run a tournament, but it's like every season, it's always it's interesting the day before the first event of the year. But we've got a few of the trailers already headed there. The rest of us head out tonight, so we're ready.
That's exciting. And Sam Rayburn Reservoir, it's fishing great right now. Everything I've seen shows some big sacks coming in, so we should see some big fish on
Yeah, I
Saturday.
actually went last weekend. I still
Oh,
still love to fish, and I knew that was kind of my last chance. It's kind of exciting. I haven't seen the lake up. Last year they pulled the lake down like 6 or 7 feet in preparation to work on the dam. Of course, it flooded and it came back up. I never saw that part of it, so I just saw it when it was really low. But when the bushes look like they have 4 and 5 feet of water in them, but really it's probably just two. But I haven't seen the bushes in the water. The hay grass was covered. It was a little stained, kind of my deal. The flipping bike can't be too far away.
now the whole reason everybody's going to be tuning in today is to find out what the weather's going to be like on Saturday. And I know these are some of the toughest decisions that you have to make as the tournament director. So tell me, yeah, I know you've got the weather model set up. You're
Oh
looking at
yeah,
everything.
John, it's crazy. 25 years ago, as we kind of opened the show, we didn't have all these models. You kind of went off of the local weather on Wednesday. You went with it. Sometimes you're right, sometimes you're wrong. Probably more wrong than right. Now you got all these models and all these predictors, and yeah, it helps, and it also makes it more complicated. But
Yeah.
we will trailer this weekend.
So we are going to trailer this
We
weekend.
are. It's a complicated forecast Saturday morning. Everybody's aware of a cold front coming. The temperature, I think, is going to be great. It actually should be a wonderful fishing day, but there's a little discrepancy whenever they show northwest at 10 with potential to 25. That's a big spread. At 10, we're great. At 25, I'm the most hated guy at the dock. So
Well, and a northwest wind on Rayburn. I've been in a big northwest wind at Rayburn, just as you have, and dude, that's a rough ride. I don't
it
care.
is.
I don't care how big your boat
Well,
is.
and the beauty is there's so many nice ramps at Rayburn.
Yeah,
It's not, some places it doesn't really matter. The lake's smaller, access points are limited. But Rayburn, there's really no excuse from my side to not let the guys trailer and the fisherman trailer this weekend on Saturday.
yeah. So give us the rundown on what the Saturday trailering rules are going to be.
So all this will be confirmed when you or when you check in on Friday, John. But it looks like right now first cast will be 7, last cast will be 3. You must be in line with your catch by 4:30. And something I don't know that everybody does it, but you for sure we do it is prior to first cast. Electronics may not be used to locate bass. You can only use electronics for navigation.
Yeah,
So
and that's a big deal because
it is a big
yeah,
deal. We've actually ultimately we want you to use any legal electronics you have during fishing hours. We just don't want them used prior to looking for fish, prior to first cast.
Now, one question I get a lot, and I want you to clarify it real quick for me. Last cast at 3.
Yep,
Whenever I'm fishing, I have an alarm set for 3 o'clock, and when that alarm goes off at 3, I know I can make one more cast,
that's right.
and that is last cast at 3 o'clock.
That's correct. It didn't say 301. Uh, it's three
It's not
o'clock.
2 cast at 3, so it's like
That's correct.
if I do a quick flip out and I
That,
pop it
that,
right back in, I'm
that's right.
done.
Ultimately, you know what you're doing. I'm not standing in the boat with you, but we have last cast 3 o'clock. So that's how we've always done it, and I think it works well and it's fair.
Yeah, and to talk about the big news of Bash Champs this year, I'm going to be there working with you at Sam Rayburn. I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be,
Me too.
it's a long time to return. It's been a while. I think it's been
Hey,
almost 10 years.
I had no gray hair and a full head of hair when you and I started doing this, and like I didn't have kids. Now they're dang near graduated college.
I
So
know, and I
it's
mean, my hair's doing the same thing. I mean, look at the sides; they're
yeah,
just as
you've done a
gray as
pretty
can
good job
be.
there. My genetics weren't quite the same, but I'm really looking forward to having you back. It's going to bring. Just like what we're doing right here, some new ideas. and some old ideas and just some excitement. And it's going to be a lot of fun this season.
Yeah, this podcast, obviously, one of the new ideas, and one of the things we're going to do, which I think is going to be a lot of fun, is we're going to interview the winners, and we're going to do the first one at Sam Rayburn, and we're going to upload that to all of the different social media outlets, so that when all of the anglers are driving home, you know, you and I do this. We fish a tournament, we don't win. We're calling our buddies saying, "Hey,
Oh yeah,
what do those guys do to catch 30
very
pounds?"
often.
Yeah.
I had hair when I was winning last, so no, I love it. I think it's wonderful. It should be fresh off the press. Well, like you said, the cool thing is it's going to be as soon as the weigh-in's over, results are posted. You're doing a podcast. So,
Yeah, doing a podcast, getting that information out there, and and then you get it straight from the guy's mouth rather than hearing the doc talk all around the lake, and
absolutely,
on how the guys
and
caught it.
you're going to be doing the interview, so hopefully
Yeah,
you get the real info from them.
the real info.
Absolutely.
I think I'll just ask him for GPS points right off the bat, and then you and I will
Well,
just head right out.
yeah, absolutely.
Well, it's going to be an exciting year. We're going to do a lot of these really short, informative podcasts before the tournaments, during the tournaments, after the tournaments. It's a great new way to share quick information with the anglers, and also explain the reasoning for things like deciding to trailer on Saturday morning, because
Absolutely. It's complicated, but ultimately want everybody to be safe, and more than that, have a good time. And
yeah.
There's a lot of, like you said, a lot of new technology at our that we can utilize. And right now it's telling me to trailer, and that's what we're gonna do.
And of course, last but not least, if you want to practice on Friday, you got to register.
That's right. Yep. Rule we started last year. Friday practice before you put your boat on Sam Rayburn, you need to be pre-registered.
Now, do you have to do that online, or can you come to the trailer?
Well, we're actually there. We don't advertise it, John, but the trailer's there. We have a few guys always come by tomorrow morning, but really we encourage do it online, or call Donna or Dave here at the office.
Yeah, because if you do it early online, you get into the drawing.
Absolutely. The cool thing tomorrow, we do Skeeter Big Bass Fridays. Everybody always, some people, man, I can't believe you're holding a Big Bass tournament right before. Here's the deal. Every time we've ever had a practice, I get to see 10 or 20 pictures of, man, you wouldn't believe what I caught.
Yeah.
And, you already caught it. You weren't going to. I've heard every story in 20-something years. We had a spring on there, and the spring caught it. I had no hook, but the lizard wrapped around. Well, hey, when that happens now, bring it in. It's worth a grand.
Yeah.
So it's kind of fun. We've had some neat stories last year. I'm kind of looking forward to them again this year.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's actually going out to win that grand, but it does cross your. It does, when you get that little tap, it does cross your mind.
I guarantee it. Makes it fun.
Well, I know you are super busy. I'm actually super busy too, getting everything wrapped up to drive out there. Really looking forward to doing my first Bass Champs of the 2025 season. And everybody come out, say hello. We'll be at the trailer Friday night. We'll be there obviously Saturday morning for those people who can't fish on Friday, that are just coming in the morning to register. And then look forward to seeing everybody at the pavilion at Sam Rayburn on Saturday. Man, I've just between me and a fence post, and of course everybody's going to hear this. What do you think it's going to take to get a check?
To get a check. Last weekend I fished a tournament there, and I think it's right. It's going to be, it could be a little better with the weather change. So I'll say 15 pounds.
15 pounds. I'm going to go 1648 to get a check.
Well, if we're going, I was just 1557.
I look forward to seeing you on Friday, Jeff, and everybody else. And again, thanks for watching our very first Bass Champs Doc Talk podcast. Hit that subscribe button and all that fun stuff, and we'll get all the alerts to you when they come up. And next time we talk to you, we'll be talking to you. Maybe you're the winner at the Sam Rayburn event, but that'll be our next episode, and we'll see you then. Have a great day.
See you at the lake, John.